10-week Saxenda update. So, before I get into that, let's start with, hi, I'm Tara. I'm 49 years old. Yes, I did turn 49, probably since my last video. And I'm on my countdown to 50. I'm going to be fit by 50 because in my adult life, I have never been under 200 pounds, but this time I got it. I'm a mom of 3. I work full-time. I have 2 dogs, a husband, and I'm using the medication Saxenda to help me lose weight. It's been a heck of a week. On my birthday, I woke up with an infection and abscess on my tooth. Turns out the root was cracked and I had to have the tooth removed. A couple of stitches later and some bone grafting, here we are. It feels fine now. Anyway, so to update you, in the 9 full weeks, I just started my 10th week that I've been on Saxenda, I have lost 23 pounds and 23 inches. What? I'm so excited. 23 pounds in 2 months. That's like 12 pounds a month, 11 and a half pounds a month. That is not bad. And all those inches. So this week I decided that I have not been exercising as much as I should. I started out strong and then I stopped. So this week I started working out again and I joined some Apple Watch challenges with friends so they can see what I'm doing and say, hey, fatty, get walking if I'm not moving. I've also started strength exercises, on my own at home, things for my legs, my butt, my arms, and my abs. When I started ab exercises, I hit a minute and a half before I had to stop. The next day I got to 2.5 minutes, and today I got to 5. That was pretty awesome. That was a huge non-scale victory for me. Also, yesterday I hit 10,000 steps for the first time in years. I took the opportunity to go for walks 3 times yesterday, 4 times if you count the trip to Target that I was asked to go on. And I went to the diner with my daughter, my niece, and my sister, and while they ordered, I didn't because I had already eaten dinner and I was satiated because of Saxenda. So I just sat there and drank a Diet Cola. I did make a video about it, which blew up on TikTok because people said it should have come with a trigger warning because people with eating disorders would be upset. But it's kind of my belief that I'm not supposed to look out for other people's triggers. They should look out for their own triggers. And if they don't like what I have to say, they should move on. Though I do feel bad for those who are struggling with eating disorders. It's not easy. I've also found a way to make it easier to get all my water in. I add Mio drops to it, or Crystal Light drops, and I'm getting all my water in. And I have a little bit of a cold today, so I sound a little congested. Sorry. And I have no specific topic in mind that I want to discuss today. I will say that I did want to come on here and give you the update because it's been 10 weeks. I go to the doctor on Monday, so it's not officially my 2-month mark yet, but it really has been 2 months. The other day we celebrated my daughter's birthday and we had pizza and garlic knots and there were brownies and cake and I partook. I had a piece of pizza and 2 garlic knots and I had 2 tiny little brownies. And that's okay because it wasn't a cheat food or a cheat day or a cheat meal. It was what I like to call a life opportunity. I don't like to use the word cheat day, because those are negative words. I don't know if I've discussed this in a previous video. Rather than get hung up on what's good and what's bad, I'm trying to be hung up on what's regular. My regular meal plan, my regular life plan doesn't provide me with a lot of things like pizza in my diet or brownies in my diet, but those opportunities that do arise and land in front of me, if I choose to take them, which I'm not going to every time, but if I do choose to take them, like the day I celebrated my daughter's birthday, guess what? That's okay. And you know what? It doesn't stop me from the rest of my day. The rest of my day will go exactly as it planned. I do count the calories. I do keep track of the stuff that I'm eating. I did soak some of the oil off the pizza because it could be pretty gross. But I was grateful for the opportunity. I enjoyed what I had. And I didn't gain any weight from it because it's okay to eat those things in moderation. Would I eat a slice of pizza every day? No, definitely not. I could if I wanted to, but I may not get to the goals that I want to get to. It's not something I should be eating on a regular basis. Certainly not brownies. I have plenty of leftover brownies, but I haven't had a single one since that day, and I haven't even been tempted. Because if you do allow yourself these opportunities in moderation, you feel less like you've given up so much. You don't feel deprived. If you're not deprived, you succeed, right? That's the biggest problem, is feeling like you've given everything up. and then binging later on because you're like, well, I was so good. I didn't eat any of that. I didn't eat that. I didn't eat that. So I'm just going to have that now. You can't do that. Don't give up the idea of a cheat day or a cheat meal. That is my biggest advice. When you stop calling things cheat, things will get easier. They did for me anyway. Rather than attach words that are negative to foods that I enjoy but can only have once in a while or should only have once in a while, I'm going to attach positive words to it, like opportunity, occasion, special. Not negative things. I don't want things to be negative when it comes to food, because then that's what alters your relationship with the food. And don't we all already suffer from altered relationships with food? So many of us. I think people who don't suffer from poor eating habits and poor eating food relationships are probably less than the people who do. I think that most of us on some level struggle with this. And I don't want to anymore. I just want to be regular. So I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get to where I need to get to. And then I'm going to maintain the weight. That's the life plan. And I'm going to take opportunities. So we're actually celebrating my daughter's birthday on her actual birthday again. And she wanted pork tenderloin. Well, pork is a little bit less healthy than other meats. It's a lot fatty. And I don't really love it. So while my family chows down on pork and zucchini that I'm going to be making with it, I'm going to chow down with a piece of fish and zucchini, because that's what makes me happy. That's what I want to eat. I don't need to have the pork. I'm not going to feel like I've lost out on something by not eating the pork. Pulled pork might be different. Now that's tasty. But pork tenderloin, not so much. I eat a lot of those like Bumblebee and Starkist tuna packets. They're fantastic. Full of protein, low in calories, and great flavor. If you wanted a food tip. I try and make things very simple for myself. So even when I'm cooking for my kids something that I don't want to eat, I always have something at the ready. Another thing I found is thin, slim foods. They have bagels, they have muffins, all snacks, things like that. Very, like an almond square was pretty good. And it was 45 calories, low carb, low fat. Not low fat, but still only 7% of the calories came from fat. And it was like 45 calories and it filled me up. It had protein in it. It was fantastic. You can even smear a little nut butter on that if you have the room and the calories. Another trick I found this week is in my protein shakes, I put in baby spinach. It adds a lot of nutrients. And I'm only having one protein shake a day at this point, but it adds nutrients and it's very, very filling. And because the texture is thicker, I drink it slower. I don't like it as much as I did without the spinach, but the spinach adds so much to it and it slows me down. It slows my drinking down, which is huge. Because if you eat slower, you get satisfied faster and you stay satisfied longer. At least that's what I've experienced. So since that's really all I have to say today, I just wanted to update you. I'm always available for questions. Again, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. You could reach out to me in any of these platforms. My name on all of them is Call Me Tara J. J spelled out Jay, just like here. But everywhere else, it's like, well, it's not. It's like all one word on TikTok. On Instagram, I think it's separate words. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing in my journey, watching my journey, and cheering me on. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten. If you know people who are struggling or trying to lose weight or want to support somebody who is, share my YouTube with them. I'd really appreciate that. And have a great day.